Check us out on Facebook.
At Convener Ngesi Radio.
Alright, Gokona Statel Tuba, Sabulisa Kumtu Wonke, who's just joined the conversation. Bangabeke, it's also your first time joining us namhlanje mandi to Bangabeke ufike ngelona thuba lihle ngoba ke we are doing radio a bit differently namhlanje. We are doing radio according to Rise Mzansi. As you can see, Bangabeke, it is all colors that are definitely bright and amazing. Sizovu Bangabeke, kwenzeka ntoni na about Rise Mzansi? We've been seeing it on social media and we've also been following them. So Bangabeke umhle umsebenzi ababenzayo encomeka kakhulu. Kodwa ke Rise Mzansi, if you just need a quick brief, Rise Mzansi is building a modern political organization of patriotic South Africans, and they're organizing, mobilizing, as well as empowering citizens to build a country where people are free and are enabled to pursue happiness as well as well-being. And also in studio namhlanje, I am joined by Usis Push, known as Pumla Ngesi, who is the Eastern Cape Provincial Convener. Without wasting any further time, sakwamkela enkqubeni und awusemhle ntombi.
Thank you.
Hayi mhle.
Thank you,
Definitely representing.
Thank you.
All right, let's definitely get into it. Can you provide an overview in the Rise Mzansi's economic Indaba and its significance for the public, for the Buffalo City metro community?
Good afternoon to Convener Ngesi Radio listeners. Good afternoon to Rise Mzansi family, Eastern Cape and Buffalo City. Ngokukhethekileyo namhlanje, because I'm here to talk about one of our events at Rise Mzansi. Okay, an overview of our economic Indaba. Now, as Rise Mzansi, one of the things, which is a major thing, is to bring health in our economy. A goal which is very, very long term, because we know exactly that when we enter the governance space, we are inheriting a country that has hemorrhaged economy yayo. I won't get into how that has happened. We've been watching the news. We are up to date as to how indebted South Africa is. So we have this responsibility of turning this ship economically to back where it's supposed to be. Now, as the Rise Mzansi convener, one of my responsibilities is to make the environment conducive for business, for investors, and for everyone to partake. And the strategy as a province is to do that municipality by municipality. Lando iti, when you want to eat the elephant, you know, you take it in small portions being our being geographically and our municipality. So we are starting here at BCM because that's where I started having talks, economic talks. It started as a small round table among the stakeholders of BCM, stakeholders meaning ordinary citizens, but 90% of those stakeholders, it's the business sector, the private sector, people who help in creating jobs, who help in economic growth. So this economic Indaba was born out of that. It's a vision that we have, we being Rise Mzansi national leader Songezo Zibi, and us as the conveners, myself here in BCM. And Eastern Cape.
But I tell you, Nage, right, definitely representing the Eastern Cape.
Thank
now,
you.
What inspired the creation of this event, and what are some of the objectives that you wish to achieve?
Okay, the inspiration behind this. First of all, we scanned BCM, as in scanning for the problem statement. If you follow the social media pages, BCM is said to have high rates. There's that cry whenever you get into that space. And when I tried to dig deep as to why are our rates said to be higher than any other municipality, and the speculation that I came up with is that maybe we have few rate payers, yet we have a lot in terms of service delivery. So it's that thing of taxing those who are willing to pay. and then spreading the services along everyone, including the ones who don't pay. Let's put aside the reasons why they don't pay. We will get into that at the right time when we are engaging the people. So the inspiration behind this is to ask the people of Buffalo City, what kind of a Buffalo City do you want to live in? We have the status quo, but our interest as Rise Mzansi is what kind of a municipality do we want to live in? Do we want to build, and what will it take to build that kind of an economic, thriving municipality? So the Indaba is about that. We are gathering more than 100 people at the Summit Lifestyle Event Center to reason together. It's my call to say to the residents of Buffalo City, come, let us reason together. Let us look at the blueprint of Buffalo City and see if we were to have a scorecard, how are we doing economically? What are the hindrances in our economic growth? Yeah, that's basically the objective
that we want to achieve. What kind of a PCM do you want
Yes.
to live in? Definitely yeyona. Now, could you share more about the keynote speakers? Also, what is their role in promoting economic growth as well as community engagement?
Okay, we have a diverse panel. We have our national chairperson, Voiso Ramkhopa, will be coming from Gauteng to join us. She's a seasoned business lady who will take us through the Rise Mzansi economic endeavors policy, so to speak. Rise Mzansi as a movement that is mobilizing the country towards restoring the dignity of the country. So she'll be there to give us an overview and an outline of our aspirations as Rise Mzansi. And then we have Professor Andy Andrews, who will take us through will take us through the ways in which we can turn around Buffalo City as a municipality, but the way he will do it such that whatever we come up with can be implemented in any municipality in the Eastern Cape, because these issues are not unique. Service delivery is not unique to this municipality. Lack of jobs is not unique to this municipality. Filth that we see around our cities and villages is not unique. Crime, drugs, and everything that is a scourge, and everything that is a hindrance to economic growth and investment is not unique to PCM. So Professor Andy Andrews will be speaking to that. There's something that we want him to touch. It's called blue ocean economy. We want him to enlarge our knowledge about that, or to even start it, because some of us don't know. I heard it for the first time, and when I heard it, I said, please come, Prof. Come tell us. And then we have our very own Zinhle Mnyaka, whom you hosted, I think, last week. We know her, the owner, manager of Blissful Farm, as somebody who is a business person within BCM. We want her to paint a picture of how it feels to do business in BCM, with BCM and the people of BCM. So those are the panelists that we have. And as a facilitator, of course, we have our very own Itumeleng from Equal Education, who will be facilitating the process.
Now, we are definitely talking about high keynote speakers. Now, let's talk about the workshops. This is actually one of my favorite questions. Tell us about the workshops on entrepreneurship as well as economic growth. What can attendees expect to gain from these sessions?
The sessions that we will have in the form of workshops/commissions are mainly to get the people's inputs, views, and thoughts. You know, many a times we go to the people and say, we are going to give you a workshop on skills development in digital skills and. We're moving away from that approach. In the workshop, we will simply bring guidelines in terms of the economy, but the people themselves will contribute. They will decide on what they want to talk about. Yes, I'm looking for something here that I penned quickly before I came in here, because we want to. We need an economy that creates jobs.
Yes.
In BCM. We need an economy that creates opportunities, that is a growing market and customer base for entrepreneurs to sell their goods and services and to raise the living standards. And as I've said, this is a model that will spill over to other municipalities. So in the workshop space, in the commissions, we want the attendees to bring forth their ideas of how can we make BCM an economic thriving hub. We used to have flea markets. Where did they go? We used to have a carnival, street carnivals. Where did they go? We have people in the one of the things that helps in building an economy is to build township economy. What's happening? How can BCM build township economy? We want those people from the townships, from the villages, from the cities. We will have a very diverse audience tomorrow. So we want the people to breathe and tell us that I stay elukolweni enxarhuni, I am doing bead work. What are the opportunities for me ubana ndibese along the beach to sell? How can we create a conducive environment? Because in the midst of all this desire of wanting to grow the economy, of myself wanting to attract investment, because we talk about job creation when Lady P. There is no job creation without a growing economy.
They go hand in hand.
They go hand in hand. When the economy grows, the investor confidence is also restored. When the economy of South Africa, of the Eastern Cape and of BCM grows, then investors will say, oh, something is happening down there. Let's now go through the global systems and go and invest, and then there will be jobs. How does that happen? It happens in a conducive environment. So those workshops will be actually making a call, placing a demand on the people to think as to how do we fix the mess that we are in. Because currently the infrastructure is crying, saying BCM, take care of us. And then there's crime. But who commits crime? It's the people. So we need solutions and we need new answers. We've been listening a lot to, okay, this is what the apartheid left us. But we've had 30 years. What have we done? What are we doing? What are we doing? And also one of the things in those workshops that we need to look at is, okay, this is the budget that Buffalo City Municipality is operating on. We are running this municipality at this revenue. Is it growing? Are there enough opportunities? We have 50 wards in this municipality. Do we necessarily need 50 wards? Are we not spreading ourselves too thin? What happens to what is allocated? We want people to have a voice. We want them to be able to formulate a scorecard, either for a ward or the whole municipality, and say, when this is happening, our municipality is thriving. If ABC is not happening, it's not happening. Things are not happening. We are falling below the bar. We are not improving our lives. The standard of living is not improving. People are poor. And people are poor not because they don't have jobs only, but because the environment for job creation is not conducive. So I am fully aware as the Eastern Cape convener of how the things stand as it is now in the Eastern Cape. People are dying, they are killing themselves. There's murder, suicide. And when you dig deep, people are tired. The resilience is wearing off from people. And we know that most of families are women-headed or child-headed. We're coming out of COVID. What is the plan at local level, at community level, at district level, and at metro level? What is the plan to respond to the poverty levels that are screaming out loud at us as the leaders of the communities? What is the plan? Out of the boardrooms where we sit and do IDP this, IDP that, we have this million for this ward, we have that million for that ward. What is the plan? What are the people's priorities? Instead of things that would make us shine in our counterparts, what is the plan for the people on the ground? How pure are we restoring the dignity of a woman who is raising children, grandchildren? What is the plan?
What is the plan?
What is the plan?
What are we doing? Now, 2024 is our 1994.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it is definitely. Now, how do interactive booths for small businesses fit into overall mission of the event, as well as what opportunities will they offer to our local entrepreneurs?
I will be like a broken record, Pure. Small businesses will thrive when our economy is growing. When there's economic growth, for instance, I want to make an example. Let us assume a safe Buffalo City, a clean Buffalo City, a crime-free, drug-free Buffalo City. Let us assume. Now that means the leader in the space, let's say myself,
Yes,
is able to say to Japan, to China, to whoever I happen to make noise such that they listen. I am able to say, we've got IDZ. Come and invest. We've got these spaces. Come and invest in our spaces. Bring your techatronics or whatever tronics they are building in Japan. Come. And that means the bigger guy, we are able now to say, we have these entrepreneurs in our space. Order from them. They are able to produce ABC. We have engineers, unemployed graduates. We have civil engineers. We have structural engineers. We have electricians. We have plumbers. We have skills. So that means now we are able to say to the Department of Education, can we resuscitate the skills colleges? Can we qualify the semi-qualified and upskill them? Can we work with these small businesses such that the little chips that you need for your bigger engine, they are manufactured locally? That's how we will bring growth to them. And in so doing, they are creating jobs for their communities. Because, for instance, if the ones that are making seats for cars, they have business, that is, there is a big company that is ordering seats from them. That means our Dagama fabric manufacturer has workers from around BCM who are working betunga, producing seats, you see, and then seat covers. So those seat covers, they become goods that they are selling out there. It has a domino effect in a good way. It has spin-off. So the economy is growing, investor confidence is restored, and guess what? Entrepreneurs are striving and lives are changing. Emakhaya. You see, because yonke lento iyathungelana. That's why our decisions, when we make them, we need to be thinkers and think, okay, how will my decision of proposing that kwakhiwe swimming pool kwaward 11, how will it affect abantu bakwaward 11? What is it that they need? Abantu bakwaward 11. Will that work for them? Or should I work towards attracting into that opportunity that will create a job.
A job.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day,
At the end of the at the end of the day, there must be jobs. There must be economic opportunities, because not all the people need to be employed. Others need to be employers. You see? And who are those employers? It's us.
It goes back to us. It definitely goes back to
Yes.
us. Now, oyena mbuzo I think that's been highly anticipated ngabantu abaninzi ngulo uzayo uthi uba ngaba ke, what distinguishes the Rise Mzansi's approach for advocating e-change, transparency kwakunye ke ne-sustainability?
Okay. Now, approach kaMzansi, Rise Mzansi, is go to the people. Go to communities. One of the aspects of community development is to never, ever develop anything without the community, for the community. Involve the community, because when abahlali they involved, one, they have a sense of ownership. And then there's protection for whatever you are bringing to ebahlali. That sense of ownership is turned into now protection, vigilance. You see, akukho mntu uzovela afike. That's why ke ngoku as Rise Mzansi, we are not dreaming of making promises, not anytime soon. We're not making any promises. Our dream is to be inclusive, and our action, our mission is to be inclusive. So the change we are bringing as Rise Mzansi is inclusivity, doing nothing for the community without the community. We sit in this town hall conversation, even the manifesto we say we are launching is 100% informed by what the people said. So as we will be sitting with the people of South Africa doing this thing, we will go back to them and say, okay, this is how we are going to roll this out. It's a project. It's a community project, South African community project, municipalities at their level. We are geographical in our approach, which means we allow the people. Remember, at Rise Mzansi, we say, we, the people, shall govern. And we do that at individual level, that is family, community. And from those communities, we get the people, because they're going to say, communities, after zidibene, zadibana ngale nto bana, how do we turn this ship from ingabi Titanic? Zizakuthi, nanku umntu. Ekudala simbona ezama kule community. That is the difference. Nobody's going to come. Nobody's going to be imposed to any community in South Africa as a leader of this change. The change management process is going to be done through having the game changers from the communities, because one, they will be in sync and in touch with the priorities of their communities.
Sis Push, can you provide details on the Q&A sessions with Rise Mzansi's representatives? Now, what kind of questions are you expecting from the audience?
I'm expecting the audience we will have tomorrow to interrogate the processes of governance. I'm expecting them to want to know more about governance. They need to know more about local governance. For instance, one of the cries we get from the people on the ground is that after we vote, resources zigqaza abantu. Remember, when you're a community leader, you are not a party leader. And the resources are taxpayers' resources. So whatever you are given as a community leader must benefit the community, regardless of race, party, political party belonging, and. So I expect abantu base BCM to want to know how BCM is run, what are the constraints, what are the opportunities that BCM has outside BCM to grow, because the goal yele economic Indaba is not to showcase the pitfalls of BCM. No, we're not interested in that. It is to explore opportunities of how to turn this ailing municipality financially and otherwise, how to turn it around, how to resuscitate it, how to have more services that would benefit people, how to have clean roads, simple things, how to have clean roads, how to have good infrastructure such that when climate change, floods, flash floods and all that, such that people izindlu zabo are not washed away. How to encourage people not to build on wetlands and on illegal land. How to do that? So I expect people to ask more questions, to be interested, to be active citizens. We are, as Rise Mzansi, we sikhuthaza active citizenship. There is no way that we say democracy is the government of the people, by the people, for the people. Kodwa abanye kule democracy basonge izandla, balinde abanye abantu bazokubenzela. We are heaping too much burden on the community leaders. That is your sponda and what councillors. They need the communities to do their part also. That is, sihlaleni kwimbizo zethu, kwi-indaba zethu, sixoxe into about how best can we beautify simple things. How can we beautify? What trees for Africa, for instance? Banemithi. I like the idea what one of my colleagues said. Wathi yena, kwinto yebakuthiwa ukutya kwanqaba kwathini, unembono into bana irow yespinach for indlu nganye. How difficult is that one? You see? That's turning our BCM around and our Eastern Cape around.
It's an amazing turnaround strategy.
Yes. So yeah, I expect people to think outside the box and not focus on what is wrong. It's not our day to bring all these grievances and all that. It's a solution-driven process. And I'm trusting our keynote speakers to arouse that in us.
Hey, singafike sesiphethe ipeni ezibomvu sibe sixhaxha ngomso. It's all
Please,
about
please.
No, that's not
please.
about that. Now, networking is a crucial aspect of the event. Now, what can participants do to maximize their networking opportunities as well as connect with the like-minded individuals?
Tomorrow there's an opportunity to exhibit for those who have something to sell. The stalls are free. So please do contact Rise Mzansi, email lihle@risemzansi.org and tell Lihle, who is our communications manager, that Lihle, I have this, I want to exhibit. Kukho bazawuza spinach paya ngomso and all that. So come ready to support and come ready to partake Paya and to network, talk to people, bring your business cards, bring your goods, bring whatever that ofuna wena ukuthi make your mark ngayo ku Rise Mzansi. Be part of this new thing that is happening in our city tomorrow.
And yes, when unaphulaphula ubanga ke usanda ukuthi qinga leli xesha noko ke awukayiphosi ngoba ke we are in conversation with Mrs. Bush ke sijogene about the event which will be taking place tomorrow, which is the Rise Mzansi's Economic Indaba. It is happening ngomso being the 28th of September on the Summit Lodge Upper Emonti Epicon Bay, and kuthiwa the Rise Mzansi Economic Indaba is a significant gathering aimed at fostering community engagement, economic growth and building a brighter future for the Buffalo City Metro. Now finally, how can interested individuals obtain more information about the Rise Mzansi Economic Indaba?
Okay. Follow BCM page, Rise Mzansi BCM area on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, we are there. And then there's Eastern Cape also, Eastern Cape page, Rise Mzansi Eastern Cape. Also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Alternatively, if you want to know more about Rise Mzansi, go to our website, risemzansi.org. Remember, Mzansi wetu doesn't have a T. So yeah, do that. And also you can send a message, info@risemzansi.org, lihle@risemzansi.org. One of those will give you, some information or more information about the event and more.
Definitely. Also, just before we actually close it, sinayo uvuyo lwethu uvuyo mdingi esithi hashtag rise Mzansi, rise mntu omtsha. Love how audible Mama Pumla is. Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you.
Mama Pumla for president, in fact, definitely.
I receive.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Just before we close it, uvuyo, I think undibambe kwinto bendizayithethe ithi uba ngaba ke I've also been looking at your social media and ndiyithanda uba ngaba ke how abantu abatsha are so involved ku-Rise Mzansi. It's so beautiful to see olihle nabo uthi umjongile ubona uba umntu uthwele umnqwazi omkhulu in terms of the job ayibambileyo, and they're doing it so perfectly and so smoothly. So definitely shout out to wena mntu omtsha, and sithi ke thina 2024 is our 1994. Thank you so much, Sis Push, for joining us, and we hope to see you definitely very soon. Kuni baphulaphuli ke sizawudibana thina ngomso at the Rise Mzansi Economic Indaba. It will be on the Summit Lodge at Beacon Bay here in East London. Sis Push,
Tomorrow.
yes, sipangoms.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. Rise Mzansi, rise, rise Buffalo City, rise, rise Eastern Cape, rise. I love you all. I hope to see you tomorrow. Please do RSVP. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, definitely ending it. God, I guess